What up everybody, Natedawg here. I wanted to talk to you guys about The Mask 2. And let's talk about the first movie. Okay, and let me tell you what happened to the sequel. Okay, after the release of The Mask, Nintendo Power announced that Jim Carrey would return in the sequel. And so the magazine held a contest where the actor would be extra in the sequel, but Jim Carrey had declined to reprise his role, and then the project never came to fruition. And after that, in a Barbara Walters special in 1995, Jim Carrey revealed that he was offered $10 million for him to star in The Mask 2, but The Mask 2 turned down because Jim Carrey was working on Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls, and he was just repeating that role just for a second time. But when he was doing that, it made him realize repeating a role didn't offer him any challenges, so he refused. And so, since the film never came to fruition, and the final issue of Nintendo Power, an apology was issued to the winner of the contest. Then, years later, Son of the Mask was created, and it won the awards for being the worst sequel with a poor cast, and it didn't have Jim Carrey in it. It talks about a baby being born with the powers of the mask and having a new man finding the mask, but it doesn't talk about Jim Carrey repeating his role as Stanley Ipkiss and as the Mask. And so, now Chuck Russell, who helmed the original Mask movie, expressed his interest in a Mask sequel in his 1995 or 1996 commentary. And he was hoping Jim Carrey would come back as the character, along with Amy Yasbeck, who played Peggy in the original Mask movie. And so, Chuck had decided to cut scenes when Peggy dies so that the character would be left open for the sequel, which had become this film. But since Jim Carrey had said no, the idea for The Mask 2 was completely changed when Carrey decided not to return. So instead of The Mask 2, they made Son of the Mask. And it was a dumb idea. Why would they change the whole idea for it, since Jim Carrey had said no? Well, they just had to because he said no. He didn't want to do it. Well, so there you have it. The Mask 2 idea was completely changed into Son of the Mask, and Jim Carrey had declined to reprise the role, and then The Mask 2 never came to theaters. If Carrey had just said yes, and if The Mask 2 came out, it would have been probably a poor retreat, but I don't think it would. I think it would have been great if it did came out, if Jim Carrey had told the filmmakers yes, that he would reprise the role. But he didn't want to. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and comment if you like this video.